then you can get your crotch shot. And people online, that pay you for like, pictures of your feet and stuff. So last time I kind of blabbered on about how you don't really need to worry that much about having the best gear or the newest gear or whatever to make a good video. And I just wanted to give you a little insight on what I use, because I keep still just seeing like, what do you use? What do you use? And everybody's so focused on the most expensive glass, and like I have a Sony camera, and everybody's like, oh, buy GM. You can't beat it. It's the best you can get because it costs $2,500 a lens, but that's not the case. And I mean, it might be the best clinically, but the best is what you can afford and what you have. And so recently, I started out with just the Sigma 24 to 70 Mark II, and that was an awesome lens. It was great. But and that was on this camera. When I started out originally, I had one nifty 50 on my Nikon, but it was crop sensor, so I think it was more like an 85 mil, and I loved that lens. And something about having a prime lens just kind of forces you to just take in the moment and spend more time like analyzing your shot, framing things, walking around. And with a zoom lens, you just I feel like kind of rush through the process. So I had my 24-70 for this camera for a while, and I just felt like I was missing something. So I sold it, and I bought a few primes. The one that I'm shooting with this currently right now is the Sigma 35 f1.4. That was my little expensive buy because I heard so much about it, and I do like shooting at night, so low light was kind of important to me. And still, I mean, used, it was like $700, which is out of a lot of people's price ranges, but not a bad deal. But what I'm here to talk about is Viltrox, this Chinese brand. One second. Okay, so this lens right here, 85mm f2. I will take the hood off so you can actually get a better look at it. Maybe. But 85 f2 Evo is $270, and for an 85 f2 that is this nice, that is a fucking steal. I mean, you're not going to get anything near that for for double the money. It's going to be hard to find a lens that is that nice. And the pictures on that thing are just gorgeous. I'll throw up one or two later, but I haven't had that much of a chance to use it yet, as I made the switch recently. But on my Sony A60-100, right before this camera, the only lens I had was the Viltrox 56mm f1.7, and if you looked at my Instagram, everything before I had this A7C2 was shot on that lens. For a very short period of time, I had the 18-55, but that 56mm f1.7 got me a bunch of paid work. It just got me moving along, and that thing cost me $100 on eBay. It was great, and I just think people are scared of cheap gear because of the because of the reputation behind it. There used to be, cheap gear used to be shit. I mean, a couple of years ago, you buy a cheap lens and it would be noticeably terrible quality compared to the more name brand lenses. But I mean, I think as time's gone on, the gap has gotten much smaller, and now you can go and buy a lens for $200 or $300 or less than $200, and it will give you more than good enough quality for most things you're doing. Now, I think people really aren't that worried about gear. I think they're using gear as an excuse not to create, and hiding behind the thought of, oh, I need more expensive gear, I'll wait till then to start creating. It's stunting your growth as a creator, as a photographer, videographer, whatever, So I think it's less important about, I think you don't need the fanciest gear. You need the gear that you have and the gear you can afford. And the reason I'm talking about these lenses in particular, these Viltrox lenses, is because it's what I have. It's what I have experience with. I had one TT Artisan lens. It was great. It was manual focus, so it wasn't as good for video stuff. But I mean, I did some photo stuff with it. It was great. It was like $120 or something. I just think that people are scared of cheap gear, not because of the quality, but because it's a barrier to start creating, and people don't want to start creating because they're scared of what's going to happen. So they're using cheap gear as an excuse, and they're like, oh, I won't buy it, it's cheap, it's going to be bad quality. But it's not about that. You just aren't buying it because you're scared to start, and you know once you have it, you have the ability to start. So I mean, I challenge you to even don't even buy a $200 lens. Go out to a thrift store and buy a camcorder or something for $20-$30 and just start putting in the work. The work is way more important than the gear. The gear will come with time. The effort is what you have control over and what you can do now. The other lens I'd like to talk about from Viltrox that I have no affiliation. I mean, obviously I have 14 subscribers. I mean, what affiliation would I have? Nobody's paying me. But this 14 millimeter f4 lens, I love this thing. I love it. It's been great. I've noticed that I really go towards wide angle. I think it's just what I enjoy. I think I see my composition better with a wide angle lens, which is funny because when I started out, I was much more into the 85s and the compression and the bokeh, whatever I could get. But this little thing has been so nice for so much that I've had since I bought it. I bought this before I even switched from my zoom lens. I just got it because it was on sale for $160. And I'll throw up a few images here in a minute of a recent photo shoot I did that was primarily with this lens. I mean, I shot with a few different ones, and the 14 millimeter really just gave me the look that I wanted. And it just felt easy once I threw it on. If you watch my video about presents, I think it's 2 videos ago, that whole video was shot on this 14 mil. Anybody that's looking for anything wide, this thing's awesome. It's rectilinear, so you don't get that distortion. I mean, the quality is good enough for anything. You could blow it up to large print and it'd be fine. I mean, unless you're like doing crazy pixel peeping or whatever, I don't do that. I don't care. As long as it gives me what I want, that's good enough for me. The whole point is not, oh, buy this. This is the only lens that's going to be good or whatever. The whole point is to stop stressing it. And if you are looking for something cheap and you do want to just get going, which I think you should, it's not a bad choice. That's all I'm saying. So this is a little bit of sample footage with the 14 millimeter. I have it about arm's length away from my face, and it's great for, if you need a vlogging lens. I mean, it's so light. I was doing some street photography in New York City with it, and it was great. This is a house that I'm currently renovating. If you do landscape photography or real estate photography or anything where you need that wide angle, this thing's great for it. So I'm in the corner of the room right now. Yes, that's a stripper pole. Yes, me and my friends go on it. It's very fun. I'll make you an educational video on, stripping at some point soon. It's all part of the creative process. But I think that this lens is great. If for some reason this is the best use case for this lens, actually. I have tested it many times, but if you, have a stripper pole in your house that nobody lives in, that you're renovating, and you need to get some videos for some people online, that pay you for pictures of your feet and stuff, perfect lens for it. Check it out. Viltrox, if you happen to want a brand ambassador that also knows how to go upside down on a stripper pole, hit me up. All right, now enough of those shenanigans. We'll move on to the 85. I know, everybody's really sad, but we'll be back. Now, if you're planning on stripping and you have an 85 millimeter, you're gonna need quite the distance between you and the lens, but then you can get your crotch shot. Alright, but in all seriousness, you can see the compression here with this lens. I mean, you can see the bokeh. It's actually very nice for the price. I mean, f2, I mean, it's a lot better in low light than a lot of lenses are going to be. I mean, $275. It's a steal. When I start doing portraits, I'm actually doing my first wedding in end of January this month. Well, almost. And I'll be using this lens a lot. It's just like the when you have proper lighting, not like I do right now, it's very nice looking. The bokeh's very creamy. The background separation's great. You get a lot of compression. And, I think if you have one takeaway today, it should be to buy a stripper pole. I mean, sorry. It should be to learn how to strip. Sorry. It should be to take whatever you have or whatever you can afford and put all the bullshit and the scary feelings or whatever aside and just start doing the thing that you want to do, whether it's photography or videography or fucking cooking or stripping or whatever you want to do. Do the thing. Stop being a bitch. That's all. Goodbye.